Welcome back. Merry Christmas. And I do hope that you're having a joyful season, because this season is all about the birth of Christ and giving and sharing. Sometimes it's a little hard and we have some struggles, but I know that it's in all of us to be able to share our lives with others and share what this season is all about. The other thing that's going on about this season is an election. And I bet you're saying to yourself, what in the heck do you have behind you, Tony Ann? What is that flag? Well, if you'll look real close, you'll see that's the Georgia flag, the state of Georgia. And that's what we're talking about today. Because this time of the year, which isn't normal, but nothing's normal in 2020, we're having an election. And that election is all about the Senate in Georgia. Now, we've had a number of things that you could do in our TAD Talks over the last number of weeks. But today, I want to highlight this incredible woman that is the dearest friend of mine. I mean, we're like family, actually. And what she has been doing, and you've been reading about it, but now we're going to take it to the next step. My good friend, Amy Clark, who has been a precinct chair, has been a county chair, has represented her district on the executive committee, and then represented all of us as the vice chair of the Republican Party in Texas. She is an incredible woman, like I said, and I want you to hear about the postcard project that she's done and the new challenge that she is putting out there. So Amy, welcome to Talking with Tad. We're so excited to have you. I'm so glad to see you. But give us a little bit about how this came about, the history, and where do you see it going? I want to hear it from you personally.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here and talk about this project. I know that since November, there have been a lot of feelings of confusion and even some people expressing a sense of hopelessness that they don't know what to do next. And so it is so important to me that as people of faith, as people of conservative principle, that we jump in there and be the hope and be the light for other people and always have the answer, because there is always something that can be done. We don't need to sit around and worry about it. We can jump in there and do it. And as you know, one of my favorite slogans have always been do something. So I got involved with some of the strike force efforts to do an at-home brigade, which is allowing people who aren't able to deploy to Georgia to do things from home, like making calls, sending texts, working on social media, and putting out that those positive messages out there in social media, but also postcards. And so when this idea began, I actually asked for 5,000 addresses for Republican voters in Georgia. And I did, and I got a list of 5,000 people, and I thought, ooh, gosh, I hope we can make this. Well, as of this morning, I just looked, and we are at 56,358 postcards that are going into, or addresses that have been requested. So that means unique postcards that are going out to Georgia voters.
That's across the whole state, right?
The nation, really. There have been people in other states that have requested addresses as well. So mostly Texans, though, leading the way, as always. On this effort, but we are sending these postcards out to voters, and they are from the heart. They are all handwritten and saying, please, please, for the rest of us, save the Senate, hold the line. Every vote matters for liberty, and we're counting on you, Georgia. I mean, it's up to them right now, and that, in a way, that's a frustrating thing, that there's nothing we can do. But like I said, there's always something to be done, and so I'm very proud to have been part of this effort, and I just want to thank everybody who's written a postcard. I have people writing me to get 5 addresses, and then I have people writing for 5,000, and it's all important.
Well, you're exactly right, Amy. There is no question. Every single one of them is important. You know, I even was talking to people on the ground in Georgia last night, and what they told me is that the Republicans are turning out in record number, more so than what they did in the general election, which is huge. And this project here is really making a difference. And he was very impressed with what we were doing. And I know firsthand, because I wrote some of those postcards too, and I was excited to be able to do it. And the other thing that was exciting is that we went out, my girlfriend Barbara and I went out to a few people and they all said yes. And they took 100 postcards and had them done in a couple days. So that I think is what is encouraging. You know, it's a busy time, but a lot of us are staying at home. So it's an opportunity to help our country, just like you say. But I think that you have something new that you are actually trying to do. And don't you have a goal of hitting a certain amount that you want?
Well, we are trying to get to 60,000 by the end of the week. So I'm close, doing the math in my head. We're really close. Wow. I am going to have, I don't know when this is going to air for your constituents, but by the end of this week, we have to wrap it up because we're already going to be at the end of the first week of early voting. So with the holidays and the mail and the slowdowns, we don't want people's effort to not make it there in time. And so I'm going to cut off by the end of this week, giving addresses out. But we're going to transition. It's not over. We're going to transition into what I'm calling virtual postcards. And I'm so excited about this because this is something everybody can do. Now, admittedly, it might bring a few people out of their comfort zone, but that's good. This is a good thing, right? We need to do one thing every day that challenges us. But we are going to ask people to make videos. Just pick up your phone, do a short 20 to 30 second, no more than 30-second video. What would you say on a postcard? I want you to put it on a video and then post it to your social media. And we have a couple hashtags that we will use to organize it and find it and make sure that we can then amplify it and get it out on different media. But I'm so excited about this program. And when Tony Ann, I was going to mention at the tail end of the postcard effort, we had a request for a specific Jewish outreach that they wanted to do. It was a lady in New Jersey, and she wanted to write specifically the Jewish community with her heart of why it was important to vote Republican in this election. And that got me thinking, and we then started a Catholic outreach, so Catholic voter to Catholic voter, and then a bilingual outreach. And so the program has just spread, and we're out of time right now for the postcards, but we're going to use that to transition into these video postcards. And so however you want to connect with somebody, if it's on a, you know, with a faith message, a pro-life message, a liberty message, a gun rights message, whatever it is, speak to a Georgia voter out there, just like you and I are speaking right now, a 20 to 30-second video. And are you ready for this? Our hashtag is America Needs You. So we'll put hashtag America Needs You on there, along with hashtag Save the Senate, because that's the one everybody's using, and we want to be able to jump on that and get the message out there. But I cannot express to you how important it is that the people in Georgia hear this. They are coming out of a tough recount in a tough situation. We all know what happened there in the general election. There's a lot of discouragement. There's a lot of people discouraging them to vote. And that is something that cannot happen. We cannot have people of faith, people with conservative principles, good liberty-loving folks in Georgia. We can't have them stay home. It's too important. And truly, America is counting on them to hold the line for this election. So.
Well, they are, Amy. Oh, that is exciting. I'm glad that you're rolling this out. I think that people will love doing this. I believe that what maybe we should do a little challenge is that you do one, but then you have to challenge at least 20 other people to do one and share it. And that, I mean, don't you think? I mean, we just don't want them to do one. Let's challenge people. I mean, it's like, I see on Facebook, well, let's challenge 10 good days or great pictures. Well, now we're challenging them to do a selfie or a post, a video, and getting our friends in Georgia to vote, even though I know they are, but this is a great challenge to take on. I love it. I can see this growing so large. Now, I will say that this is going to air after the postcard deadline. Okay. So, but our focus will be on the video, but we will put up, we will have information that you can see here in our little other slide that will say how many postcards did go out. I know you're going to hit that 60,000 and probably more. So we're going to hope that we're going to say the number is much greater than 60,000. It is pretty incredible how much you have done and how people really, truly do care. They do want to make a difference. I believe they feel that their election was stolen, but they still have it in them to make a difference. they know they have to fight and they can't stay at home, that they've got to go out and vote. Wouldn't you say that that is just that encouraging word we got to give our friends in Georgia?
Well, Tony Ann, I think that is a very important question. And I encourage people to sit down and think, if the tables were turned, if it was all up to Texas, what message would resonate with you? What would you want to hear from people from other states? And I think that that is why it's so important for it to be a positive message, an encouraging message. We understand the weight is on your shoulders, and we are encouraging you, more than a, this is what you got to do kind of thing, because nobody would respond to that well, and that wouldn't be the message I would want to hear. I also think we need to be sensitive to the bombardment that they are getting. I laughed in a talk yesterday that if I lived in Georgia, I would just throw my phone in the garbage. I think everybody will disconnect their phone line in the next month, but so they're getting messages of all kinds. So as always, I want us to be the ones to take the high road, to deliver that positive message of hope and encouragement. And, hey, from Texas, this is what we're asking you to do, to hold the line, to save the Senate, because America needs you. So I am very excited about this. And I know that our always friendly approach from Texas is going to resonate with our Georgia brothers and sisters. So
amen to that. And that's why I put up that Georgia flag, is to be respectful to them. I mean, I could have put Texas, but we want to show how much we care. And now, Amy, one of the things that we do in Tag Talks is that we always have our guest speaker share something fun, a fun fact about themselves. So what do you have to share with our listeners today?
Well, a fun fact would be, I guess, that I am a baker. I love to bake. And a number of you, if you've ever attended an SREC meeting, may have actually had some of my brownies, which I'm proud to say once a pan sold for $1,000 in an auction. So I'm not sure if that amortizes down per brownie, but I do love to cook, and I got that from my mom. Who gave me not only good recipes, but also just an encouragement and an inspiration as well.
She is an outstanding baker, cook, the whole bit. I've been at her home many times for events, and it is pretty special. And I've gotten those brownies, and I've always added a few little inches around my waist during that time when I see it. I just can't have one. I have to have many. So anyway, that is a great fact. And if you ever have an opportunity to have Amy's brownies, you've got to try it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Amy, thank you, Amy. Thank you all for being here. Please take this challenge on. Do the video. Challenge your friends to do a video. Let's send it on to Georgia so that they know we care and we want to save America as it was founded. God bless you. Merry Christmas. And spread some cheer and joy to others.
Merry Christmas.